Hi guys, Deluded Gooner. Southampton 2, Arsenal nil. Wasn't meant to be. Script didn't go to plan. Just a poor performance all round. But let's get into it. Going into it, we had 10 changes. Lucas had been out for 5 or 6 weeks. Came back in to lead the line. Rene Adelaide got a start. Demoted to the bench, Maitland Niles. Rather unfairly, I believed he should have started. Retained his place. Coughlin came into the side. Jenkinson, who hasn't been good in the opportunities he's got this year, came into the side. Saw Gibbs come into the side and captain the team. We also saw Holding and Gabriel come into the side again. And of course, Martinez has been the cup keeper for this cup. 8 changes from Southampton too, so that's not an excuse. But let's get into it. First, I'd say first half, we flattered Southampton. They took advantage. We were just poor. The damage was done really in the first half. I mean, apart from the first 11 minutes, we didn't really do anything meaningful with possession. Everyone looked uninspired. Southampton frustrated us. They had men behind the ball, and a lot of our play was in front of them. We didn't do anything in meaningful areas like the final third. There wasn't really any chances. Like I said, we didn't look inspired. People were passing on the buck, just sideways pass upon sideways pass. I know Coughlin and El Nene is not the most. I say this in all my videos. It's not the most expansive midfield partnership, but when you can see Coughlin urging players to go forward, it speaks volumes. I mean, apart from Iwobi and Rene, who looks quite raw, but in his opportunities, no one was really trying to do anything in the final in their final third. I mean, our corners were poor. We're just doing this silly short routine. It's just not on. Lucas looks rusty. But yeah, like 17th minute was our first opportunity. Iwobi, it wasn't even that meaningful. It was a bit of intricate play. Shot was blocked, but that was it. Then their goal came. I mean, they defended well, like it's become against Arsenal, and we've shown possession is overrated. If you come here, you stay compact, you stay tight as a group, you have a chance, and they proved it. 13th minute came or something like that. Too easy from Jenkinson and Ramsey. They just let their man go. Break happened. Before we know it, Bertrand's there, passes it to Classy. Classy hits a screamer, absolute sweet strike, I must say. And deservedly, Southampton go ahead. You would think that going behind, like it normally does for Arsenal, we'd wake up now. But we didn't look like we woke up. We were still looked uninspired. We're still passing in silly areas. We're still slow in transitioning from the back. Obviously, 10 changes, we're going to lack fluidity. But that performance was just not on. Just sideways pass upon sideways pass. Ramsey was playing 10. Fair enough, because of the two midfield players, he had to come kind of deep and pick up the ball. But when he had it, he wasn't doing anything meaningful. He was atrocious as the first half went on. Didn't create nothing, and he just seemed to have given up on the 10 role. Like I said, only Iwobi and Rene were doing anything. And before we know it, you'd think let's stay compact, let's stay switched on and get into the break and regroup. 38th minute, again, Jenkinson being silly in possession, trying to dribble, losing the ball in dumb areas, which he's been doing even before the goal. Him, Gabriel, and the rest of the backline were overplaying and doing dumb stuff. But like I said, overplaying, lost the ball. Southampton counter-attack. Bertrand, who got the assist before, turned scorer. Scores were 2-0 down. We're out of it now, and it's important what happens now, because if you're looking at that game like I was, they looked like they were going to score a few more. But yeah, we get into half-time. Of course, these boys, it's like these boys didn't know it was a chance to go to Wembley, especially for the young players. I feel tricked for our young players. They had a real chance to experience Wembley and kick on and try, and that could give them inspiration to have a future here. But like I said, going into halftime, I'm sure Wenger and the players knew it themselves. They finally realised that there's a spot at Wembley at stake. Let's wake up. Let's do something. And from the off, to be fair, we did look like we were going to do something. 48th minute, I think it was Ramsey who had a great chance, blasted it over. Ox had a great chance in the second half, blasted it over the bar too. Maitland Niles, a great nutmeg, stood the ball up well for someone. No one was there. We created chances, but the damage was done in the first half, and Southampton just frustrated us, just stayed compact. The game was won. All they had to do was just see it out. Like I said, Foster, time wasting. From every man in that Southampton squad and who played deserves a pat on the back, because they all worked for each other and they frustrated us. And if I'm being very honest, they should have probably scored 3 or 4, especially in the last 4 minutes. Coughlin caught in possession, they should have scored. Maitland Niles had to produce a great block to deny them. I think even in the second half, Shane Locke had a few chances. But I'm just disappointed in that performance. Like, it's just not on. Like, do I care about the Carling Cup? No, it would have been nice for our youngsters to go out at Wembley, like I said, possibly win it. And it's always nice to win trophies. I mean, that cup is only relevant when you win it, but unfortunately we haven't. So I'm in conclusion, disappointed for our youngsters, disappointed in that performance. Carl Jenkinson, if the sad thing is Wenger's going to play him again, people. Like, any game he's been given a chance, he's messed up. PSG is not the hardest, not the easiest of games. Sorry, messed up today. Any decent position, opponent. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. I'm getting so annoyed. He just messes up. He doesn't do what's required. Like, he's too old fashioned, and he's too much of an awkward footballer to play at a club like Arsenal. Look at it. Our football is focused on playing with possession, having the ball, being confident on the ball, offering. He can't do it, and it's unfair on the lad. I feel he was all right at West Ham on his loan. That's his level. He's not made for this club. Hopefully, he proves me wrong. But yeah, like Maitland Niles in his cameo, like most people, even Oxlade when he played right back, he's showed more promise at right back than Jenkinson. Hopefully, he gets a look in. But yeah, there's not too much to say after that. Obviously, our unbeaten record ends, but we just have to move on to the weekend. I mean, Wenger doesn't really like this competition. There's not really much to say. It's your guy Deluded Gooners signing out, man. Like I said, Southampton 2, Arsenal 0. It's just we lick our wounds and we go again. Thanks for watching. As always, hit the subscribe.